Good evening, race fans, and welcome. Round number 7 of the Cyber Thunder Bullydog Coffee Company Rising Stars series. Tonight, live on the Cyber Thunder Broadcast Network, live from the 2.5 mile famous Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Jason Dinsmore currently sits atop the charts, out of turn number 2. Joining me up here in the booth tonight, a little bit different faces. Usually we're seeing Crank Bell out here joining me, but tonight Crank not able to make the trip out to the Brickyard, so in his place we got John Deekman out of Mad Sim Racing. John, longtime follower of the Cyber Thunder Broadcast Network, and John, certainly glad to have you up here. Looking forward to a great race here.
Thank you, and thank you to the Cyber Thunder Racing Series for having me. Crank, thank you for leaving me some Bullydog coffee with a little bit of whiskey. Got that tradition going for us, still going.
Yeah, Crank's always over here grabbing his Bully Dog coffee. Before each race, he sends me a picture every morning. We know Crank's out there, and we hope Crank can get back out here as soon as he possibly can. Uh, John, we're going to start to round out the regular season here real quick. Taking a look at the schedule here at the next upcoming races tonight, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, 50 laps around this 2.5 mile speedway. Everybody hoping to kiss the bricks at the end of tonight. Next week, followed by North Wilkesboro, Texas Motor Speedway, Bristol, Pocono, and then Atlanta. And then we're going to head into the chase here, John. And the points have never been closer here as we take a look at the upcoming races and now the points here. Only a couple points separating only a couple of points separating the top six right now. Jerry Isaacs, Dalton Carter, David Gainforth, Cole Gray, all within a 3 point swing right there for the final chase spot. Who do you think's going to get in, and where do you think somebody's going to capitalize here, John?
I mean, from Zach all the way down to Brian, there's a realistic shot that each race is going to change of who's going to be in the top six. Tonight, it's going to be really tough with Indy being a tough place to pass, so qualifying is going to be important. So right now, people like Jerry and Dalton being bit slower and not in the top five, top 10 is going to struggle for that. So, we'll see from each race. It's going to be different.
Yeah, really different types of tracks coming up here, John. And through the first 6 races here, we've had 6 different winners. We've had the likes of Jerry Isaacs go to victory lane. We've had Cole Gray running a very special paint scheme out here tonight. We'll get in with him in a little bit. Brian Dorsey, Eric Moore, Sean Hook, newcomers to the Cyber Thunder Racing League. And last week at Iowa Speedway, Andrew Kotska going to victory lane at Iowa. Uh, but that kind of brings us to tonight. We're going to throw it out to the land of the U tube out there, and we're going to see if we can't get all the pre-race picks out there tonight. I want to see all your guys' picks. You guys think you got Jason Dinsmore? Do you got a repeat winner, Andrew Gotska, maybe Eric Moore going back to victory lane, or maybe another underdog? So we'll get all our picks in here from YouTube. But John, who do you got?
Man, I would not be surprised if we have a 7 different winner. We have veterans like Tyler and Dalton still haven't won. I'm honestly, being Mad Sim Racing biased, going to go with Tyler, someone who loves the track, someone who's raced here in different series with it being IndyCar and Cup cars and shown speed. So Tyler's on my radar with that for a win.
Yeah, Tyler's always on my radar as well, especially when I see him in my mirror coming up on the Tuesday or the Thursday side of things. Tyler is one of the cleanest guys that we got, and he's very good at tire conservation. We saw him go to victory lane a couple times last season as well. Uh, I don't, I mean, you take a look at guys like Eric Moore. I said earlier in the season I thought that this was going to be Eric's more to shine and really contend for a championship, and Eric already running strong with a win at Dover Speedway a couple of weeks ago. Um, but for tonight, I think this track is gonna reward drivers that are very consistent on the throttle. They're easy on the brakes. They're not overdriving the car. And somebody that stands out to me as everything above there is Paul Turner. Paul always kind of runs in the top, maybe 5, maybe 6. But Paul Turner, one of the most smoothest and consistent drivers that we got, and I think you're going to find Paul in victory lane here tonight.
Log run is going to be key. This place loves to chew up drivers who push too hard early.
Yes, it certainly does. I ran a couple of races here just the other night to see what these guys would be going through, and I found myself in the wall a couple of times. But swinging over here to the uh, YouTube land, got a couple picks for Dusty Martin. Looks like Dusty's got a whole big fan following out there. Andrew Kotska has a pick for second consecutive win tonight. Andrew ran really strong last week at Iowa. Very different style of racing out here tonight, so would not be surprised to see Andrew go back out to victory lane. But as we count down the minutes here in the practice session, we're going to run through your starting order out here tonight. Currently 18 drivers on the speed charts. Jason Dinsmore sits atop, followed by Sean Hook, Andrew Koska, Tyler Beeman, and Eric Moore, all within a tenth of each other there, John. So for a track this big, these times are really close.
It's going to be tight for qualifying. I wouldn't be surprised if someone in the top 10 is starting on pole.
Yeah, it's really going to be tight and sliding down towards the bottom of the speed charts down here. Dalton Carter, Brian Dorsey, Brian trying to get back in the championship hunt. Paul Turner, David Gainfort. Dave's had a lot of really good runs here early in the season. A couple of podium finishes. We've talked to him a couple times here on the Cyber Thunder Broadcast Network. Anthony Hanna, I believe this might be his first or second start out here with us tonight. Jimmy Meads, Alan Ayers, and Kelly Elrod joins us back out on the Speedway tonight.
Very big and diverse group tonight here at Indy, which is going to make for some great racing.
Yeah, it really will, John. And you know what? These guys they really enjoy the series because what it does is, for anybody who may not be too familiar with it, it's a driver developmental series. So we cap the entry limit, right? So we cap the entry limit at a 2,000 I rating. So all these guys are getting the experience of running up front and learning how to lead races, win races, and make those late race calls. That's ultimately going to put them in victory lane if everything else goes their way as well. John. I mean, I don't win many races. Maybe I need to run over here.
I mean, so far my only win has been from fuel mileage, so hopefully that happens for an MSR guy tonight. But the beautiful thing with the ARCA car, it's a car that kind of makes you sometimes drive with the brake, but also usually drive with the throttle, which is key for learning like the Cup car and the Truck Series from Tuesday and Thursday nights.
Yeah, it really will. As we follow Alan Ayers around here on the track right now, looks like he's coming through maybe turn number 3. A little bit hard to tell the corners of the speedway here. Alan, very new to the Cyber Thunder Racing League and already making his mark. Currently sits 17th on the board, 2.5 seconds off the leader, Jason Dinsmore. He takes a wide entry down here into what is now turn number 3, and he's got some work to do to put that 94 machine up towards the front, John.
Oh yeah, Indy's a very tough track. You have to hit your lines very consistently. The groove is right underneath. You want your left side tires underneath the white line. Watch out for the rumble strips though. It will easily upset the car and you'll catch the exit of the turn 2 and 4 walls as he crosses the start finish line.
Yeah, we'll ride on board with Alan Ayers here real quick to see that white line that John's talking about there. He does a nice job of getting the car hooked down through the center of the corner. But this track I think is one of the most line sensitive tracks on the entire service. If you miss the corner here, even by a hair, you're in for a long corner. And these straightaways here, John, are so long you pay the price for it.
Oh, you could read a book if you have a bad X on the straightaways. You can get freight trained very easily, and it makes you question as a driver how bad you want to battle someone, because you kind of sometimes can hold the outside, but you run the risk of pushing too hard and hitting the wall.
Yeah, and as the race goes on and the run goes on, we're going to be able to take a look at the tire wear and who's able to best manage those tires. But Alan Ayers currently sits 17th on the board, switching over here, moving up the speed charts a little bit, taking a look at Sean Hook and the 188 machine. Is currently second, only 100th off of Jason Dinsmore. No, we'll go on board here with Sean as well, and we'll kind of compare the two lines that those two guys are running right here. So coming out of turn number 4, John, walk us through a lap here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
So as you come out of 4, you're going to run right up against the wall. Wait as you go down the start-finish line. You're going to come up here. You're going to count down from 3, 2. Slowly enter. You want the car to rotate in right here. He wants to be a little bit lower as you see the car is going to push up. You don't want that tightness at the wall. Everything's about momentum here. Cut back in here. You want to cut a little lower for the exit. Right against the wall, and again, a long straightaway down. Your exits here are key because, like you said, you can very easily lose a lot of time, tenths of seconds off, just from a bad exit. Go back down here, turn 3. Nice and simple. There he goes, right on the white line like I'm talking about. Like I said, that kind of helps hook the car around and get the grip that you need. Through the short chute, the short chutes are challenging because you can kind of pick up more speed than you think when you go to the entry. You kind of have to let off between each of those corners. Great exit off of 4, and looks like a pretty solid lap here for Sean.
Yeah, really solid lap there for Sean. Thank you for bringing us our lap around there. That last lap was a 53.691, and he's still only a hundredth off of Jason Dinsmore, who currently sits atop the speed charts. But we're going to break away for a minute or two. We're going to go ahead and throw trackside for the playing of the national anthem. We'll be back for all the qualifying and plus a special pre-race show after qualifying.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Back live here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Star Spangled Banner playing across the loudspeakers here at the Speedway. While we were gone, we got a new driver up top of the speed charts right now. Tyler Beeman is overtaking Jason Dinsmore into turns number 3 and 4 right now. Tyler, I think that was John's pre-race pick.
You know what? I'm looking like I know what I'm talking about here, thankfully.
Well, you know what, John? We all need somebody to make us look good out here tonight. That's why I'm hoping Chris Wold will be joining us out here in a few moments as well. But, Indianapolis, very challenging track. Only 11 degrees of banking down into the corners on all the sides of the speedway here. So Tyler going to be bringing this beast around one more time here before we go to qualifying.
Well, I mean, as soon as we say Tyler get on board, he gets jumped by his teammate Andrew already with the 53.517.
What do you guys got in those blue and yellow cars, John? Why don't
You know, this season,
we're not telling anybody. Just tell us your secrets right here.
this season MSR has pushed all the poker chips in, tuned up the engine, the virtual engine shop up. There's a lot of extra horsepower in those MSR cars.
It certainly looks like it, and MSR is a very road-heavy league. You guys run your own program. I know you guys run a road series on Monday nights, and you run a couple of other series as well. But really good to see the transition that a lot of these guys are doing. I think a lot of times we forget that, Andrew Kotska, Tyler Beeman, Jerry Isaacs, Patrick Stein, all these guys, they're not necessarily road race or oval racers. They all came to us from the roadside. So a lot of these guys really finding their way up towards the front and in victory lane. Exceptional job for some drivers that are taking a transition.
I mean, a lot of these guys are practicing for the Nürburgring 24-hour event going on next weekend. And I think when you have a service like iRacing that's able to give you such a wide range of cars, you're almost foolish not to take advantage of it. Because honestly, the more you race, is the better you're going to become at the series. And especially for people who are new, you can learn different things along the way. You don't have it's not just narrow-minded and oval.
You really can, and I was on the entry list for the NURBS, and I think if I didn't resign, I think Tyler was going to fire me. It did not go well. I damaged a lot of your cars, but Eric Moore, first car out on track here on the backstretch, headed down the backstretch. Will follow Eric along for his 2-time laps here at Indianapolis.
I'm not even doing Nürburgring, so don't feel bad.
Eric Moore, a little bit different colors out here tonight. Autism Speaks car. usually in the RST Timberworks Chevrolet, but tonight promoting the Autism Speaks. Charity looks like he's trying to get that a little bit more out of the car. Coming out of turn number 4, coming across the line to start his first run here. Down into turn number 1, gets a little high. Looks like he might have missed that corner entry a tiny bit. Little bit of a slide out of turn number 2.
And I mean, stuff like that, you're going to trim just a little bit at a time. Here at Indy, your first lap, you're really just trying to get temperatures on. You're really going to see these cars attack for their second lap. Would not be surprised if you see them push ever so closely to the walls here.
Yeah, but you know, John, I mean, this is the first time you're joining us out here in the Cyber Thunder booth, but Crank and I have talked about it almost every week. You know, the way that these cars are skewed out, you know, you don't want to step out too far because we've seen likes like Paul Turner and I think even Eric once or twice. They just go for a ride. You get hooked on those walls, you're not coming off of it.
And with these K&N cars, aerodynamics are very key, especially with these long straights.
First lap in the book for Eric Moore, 51:14. Patrick Stein also out on track. Sean Hook going to the top of the charts. We're going to stick with Eric Moore here and follow his second lap around the track here, see where he goes on his second lap. I think, like you were saying, I think the second lap is going to be the faster lap, get those tires heated up, and really put the power down on the second lap here, John.
And I mean, as you see, these lap times are still tenths off of what we've seen in practice, and the track is going to be cooler. So, yeah, we're going to see faster times here for lap 2.
See what Eric's got here. Headed into turn number 4 for his second lap. Currently 4/10 off of Tyler Beeman right now. We'll find somebody to follow once Eric finishes up his lap here in just a moment. Across the line for Eric Moore in that 5 machine. Going to be good enough for second fastest. Going to put him a 10th off of Tyler Beeman provisionally for the pole. Slide around here to the 69 machine, headed into turn number 4.
He had a pretty slow first lap, so maybe he had a slight mistake. Hopefully, it wasn't out of turn 4, so we'll see how much he can improve here on lap 2.
Second lap for Anthony Hanna, going to be a 55:107. And while we say that here, Andrew Kotska has gone to the top of the charts. We're having trouble keeping up with all the different cars out on track, but qualifying is winding down here, and I believe there's only 2 more cars on track, so we'll have to see who winds up at the top of the speed charts here in just a few minutes.
I mean, everyone's figured the track was cool enough to go out as Andrew beats out Tyler by a little bit under a tenth. Jason jumping up to 4th now with the 53.81.
Yeah, Jason Dinsmore, another guy who's run really strong throughout the first couple of races out here, John, in the Cyber Thunder Bullydog Coffee Company Rising Star Series. Almost won a race or two, came very close on fuel mileage. I believe it was at Auto Club, came up about 4 laps short, but we thought maybe Jason was going to go and steal that show and sweep that rug out from eventual winner Cole Gray. But Jason Dinsmore currently 4th on the board, quarter off the leader, Andrew Kotska, right now. 15 seconds left in qualifying, and I believe that might be it. Bill Jetty is out on track right now, but he's not. He's already posted his laps. Bill's currently sitting 12th on the board, 8/10 off.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if you have a similar approach to Auto Club as you do here, and a similar strategy could pull off a nice win or a really good finish needed for like the race for the top 6.
Yep, we have a 5-minute warm up here, so we are going to see if we can't catch up with one of the drivers of the Cyber Thunder Bullydog Coffee Company Rising Stars series. We've made our way down to the 3 machine. Cole, or it's Cole and Tom and John up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, man, I got you.
All right, Cole. Well, you're currently sitting 9th on the board. I had to find you there real quick. We'll get into your race stuff here in a few minutes, but first off, notice some very special paint schemes on your cars out here tonight. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, our friend Zach Chalice, he's normally races with us. He's been out for a couple of weeks. Most people have realized by now he hadn't been here. We both live in Georgia, and a couple of weeks ago we had some really bad weather come through here. Unfortunately, Zach, he lives in Noonan, which is north of here. They had a catastrophic tornado come through and tear up his house pretty bad. So basically, what we're doing tonight is we're trying to raise some money for Zach. We got a GoFundMe page. The link will probably be posted somewhere throughout the night. Another cool thing we want to try to do for Zach is Zach runs the number 24 for our series. So tonight, on lap 24, if everybody in the chat could just post hashtag Noonan Strong. That's hashtag Noonan Strong. That's all over all of our cars, and we just hope Zach gets back really soon, and we're praying for all those guys in Noonan, and just hope that everybody comes out and just gets through the hard time that they're having.
Yeah, Cole. Well, we hate to see Zach going through that, and Zach has been around Cyber Thunder almost since day one of it. And Zach is somebody that we love having around. I don't know if Zach's out here watching the show out here tonight, wishing he could be out here, but we certainly wish that he could be joining us out here tonight. But Zach, if you're out there, we hope that we're able to raise some money for you. We get all those hashtag Noon and Strongs in the chat on lap number 24 for car number 24. But Cole, you're starting ninth on the board out here tonight. What's it gonna do for you to take that three machine and put it in victory lane, not only for Bullydog Coffee, but also for Zach as well?
Yeah, we had a rough qualifying lap. It's pretty loose out there tonight. We actually only turned one lap. We brought the car in off the track after the first lap. It was so slick. We just got us a good lap in and just brought it to pit road. We're just gonna try to maintain a good speed tonight and stay out of trouble. And we're really close in those points races and want to try to get up there and get in the chase. But at the same time, we want to bring one home for the Billy Dog Coffee Company and the Noonan Strong folks and show them all a good showing.
All right, so Cole, so I didn't ask you this before, so I'm putting you on the spot here. So six different races, six different winners. Are we gonna have a seventh first-time winner tonight, or if we don't, who's gonna be the first repeat winner of the season? Now, keep in mind, you've already gone to victory lane, so you can pick yourself.
It's really a crapshoot here. You got folks like Sean Hook and Kotska and Moore, Dorsey. All those guys are really fast. But you got to look at a buddy of mine. We've been racing together since NR 2003. Dusty Martin. He's super fast. He's trying to get warmed up to the iRacing thing, and he's always fast. He just has some bad luck. So I'd look for that 35 to put some magic on here at Indy.
Well, Dusty has been fast all season long, already got two or three poles here in the Bully Dog Coffee Company Rising Stars Series. But Cole, I appreciate a few minutes of your time before the race. We're going to let you run, but anybody you want to shout out, say thank you to, hello, love you, anything like that, before we start tonight's race.
Yeah, man. Of course. Just want to thank Bully Dog Coffee Company for the opportunity they give us to run this series and sponsor the car. Want to thank my grandparents and my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, my best friend Michael, my dad Mike. I'm sure he's out there watching by now. Everybody that supports us week in and week out. And we also want to give a huge shout out to the community of Noonan and just let them know that we're thinking about them and we're praying for you.
All right, Cole Gray, ladies and gentlemen. Cole hoping to put that three machine in victory lane for a very special reason out here tonight, not only for Bully Dog Coffee, our wonderful partner here at the Cyber Thunder Racing League. Head over to bullydogcoffeecompany.com. Go check out their selections. I know Patrick's got some specials, and Patrick just posted earlier today that they're switching to some more biodegradable bags, so certainly green as well. And also for Cole's friend Zach. But Cole, we're going to kick you out of here, and best of luck out here tonight.
Thank you for your time, Cole. Good luck. That's one thing too. Him starting ninth. How much is the thought of the points going to play into his effect racing around some of the other drivers?
Yeah, and it's a different point style here, John, than it is with the other series that we run. So the other series that we run, they do have a win and in format, whereas the Bully Dog Coffee Company Rising Stars series, what they do is you need to be in the top six in overall points at the end of May, I think it's going to be eligible for the championships, and six drivers are going to move on to the championship contention. But John, I mean, like, you win races, you're going to be in the chase. So You run well and the points will come.
I mean, first gives the most points, so obviously that's everyone's goal. But at the same time, how much do you want to risk that win? Because with fuel strategy, we've seen, you could be up there at the last minute, you could lose a whole bunch of points just for risking it.
You really can, and I mean, I know I've been looking at the upcoming schedule for some of the other series that we run, and I tried to purposely max points my way the past couple of weeks because I know that there's some tracks that I'm not going to do well at. So, gotta wonder, there's bonus points, and this is something Crank and I talk about a lot. But bonus points. Last season, the championship came down, so I think it was either 3 or 4 points for the overall championship. But we are rolling here live from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. John, go ahead and bring us through the starting order.
We got leading off tonight Andrew Koska and Tyler Beam with the MSR into the Apex lockout for the front row. Starting third, we have Sean Hook in the 188, and next to him is Jason Dismore in the 62. Starting fifth, we have Jeff Dotson in the 00, and Eric Moore in the number 5. In row number 4, we have Brian Dorsey and Patrick Stein in the 89. Starting ninth, the guy who we just interviewed during the warm-up, Cole Gray, racing for Zach in Georgia, as well as Jerry Isaac, a winner at Daytona. Starting 11th is Dusty Martin, Cole's pick for tonight's race, and next to him, Bill Jett in the 28. Dalton Carter, a teammate to Dusty and Cole in the 53, and David Gainforth in the 101. Anthony Hanna in the 69, starting next to Jimmy Meads in the 49. And our last row, 94, Alan Ayers, and the 333, Kelly Elrod. Also, sorry if I mispronounced your name.
Paul Turner going to be rolling off a pit road here shortly. But John, it's another Wednesday night around Cyber Thunder. Pace car makes that hard left-hand turn down here. 20 cars strong out here tonight. Everybody's going to put the power down here at the green flag. Let's get this race underway, John.
We got 50 laps of Indy. Here we go as Andrew leads them down in turn number 1. Looks like a great restart for him as he's by himself.
Everybody stays clean and green through turn number 1 here as we come around here. Very different style of racing. Andrew Kotska with about a 5-car length lead over Sean Hook, and Tyler Beeman going to try to slot into that 3rd position coming out of turn number 2.
Sean Hook took advantage of the low line. That's the number 1 place to pass as we see Tyler using the draft to his advantage and going down low here, entering turn number 3. Let's see how much Sean will battle back.
Yeah, 50 laps here is not a long way around here, but if you're running up towards the front, I don't think Sean's going to fight him too much right here. As I say that, he puts the power down on the exit of the corner, gets that good run off. These cars are very momentum based. They're a little bit underpowered. Sean Hook is going to hold on to that 2nd position. Give the first lap to the number 47 machine.
And with the fresh tires, you're going to see the outside you can battle back on. But as these tires go away, it's going to be very tough to hold, and the inside line will usually prevail out, as Tyler's going to be forced to fall back in line. And it looks like the top 4 is starting to break away from the field.
Top 4 trying to break away a little bit, slide back just a tiny bit. We're going to go ahead and follow this battle out here for the 5th position. Jason Dinsmore, Brian Dorsey, both of those guys battling very hard on the speedway right now, looking to find out if Brian can't find his way forward. And we got more battles in the back of the pack as well. Slide back a little bit more. Dusty Martin underneath the 51. Jerry Isaacs and Bill Jetty out there as well.
Yeah, and Dusty looked like he's trying to hold a position. And like I said, early on, you're going to have these battles going all throughout. Ooh, look like we might go 3 wide here and forward. That's not going to work at Indy.
Tight looks quarter like racing out here on the straightaways, and side by side for Bill Jetty and Jerry Isaacs, Dusty Martin, all trying to battle to get into the top 10 up here.
And people like Jay are the ones battling in these tight points for 6. So every position is a crucial point battle.
Yeah, every position is going to make a difference, especially as we start to round out the chase. You see Bill Jetty, Cole Gray still going at it. A couple of Noonan strong cars out there on track right now, side by side on the backstretch here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. You got 5 cars under a blanket here going into turn number 3.
It's very, very close here in the back. And, for these guys, you want to try to settle down a bit. You don't want to lose too much time early on because as these tires wear out, you're going to lose more and more as these green flags click off.
And you can see that right there. So Jerry Isaacs has broken away, or Patrick Stein, excuse me, has broken away from this group here while they're battling. Patrick Stein's got about a 5-car length lead over this group right here as they continue to battle here for the 11th position here between Jerry Isaacs, Dusty Martin, and Dalton Carter lurking in the weeds back there.
And I mean, all these guys are battling for that 6th position. They know that, so that's the reason why you're seeing them battling each other tightly because they want to be ahead of each other.
Not much is changing up front, but you know what? Something that we haven't, newcomer to the league, slide up here a little bit. Gonna take a look at Jeff Dotson. Jeff Dotson signed up for the league about an hour ago, and he's currently running 3rd out here, John.
I mean, for coming in just an hour, passing Sean Hook, as we see, he was 2nd earlier, falling back 2 positions. Tyler now in 2nd. Yeah, he had a really strong qualifying. Looks really strong here. I mean, for an hour dropping in here at Indy, that's a really fast car to do that. Still a very close battle here for the top 3.
His car looks eerily similar to the Mad Sim cars, so yellow and green instead of yellow and blue, but just another yellow car out there to confuse me, just what I need.
And that's what we're here for, is just confusion for Cyber Thunder.
Listen,
that's our main goal here at MSR.
Trust me, you guys do a well enough job here, but really nice run so far. 5 laps in for Jeff Dotson. Andrew Kotzka's led all 5 laps throughout the first run of the race. And did you get a catch up with any of your teammates? Did you find out a fuel run here? What lap are these guys going to be looking at pitting?
So they didn't want to leave too much information because they knew I was going to spill. But I would imagine you're going to see the fuel, maybe 1 pit stop, 4 tires for sure. And if there's no caution, maybe you're going to see a few early pit stops to try to do a undercut on each other. I would not be surprised to see some of the bad guys pit earlier if they can stretch out a fuel run.
Oh, there's some undermining amongst the team. There's trouble in paradise.
Hey, teammates only go so far. Trust me, I will rep the MSR colors all day, but at the end of the time, I don't want to finish 2nd. I want to win just like everybody else.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I've been in that position as well, and at the end of the day, everybody's paid you to come out here and win races, and that's what this whole development series is about, is having that opportunity to come out here and win. And Dalton Carter currently runs in the 13th position, trying to run down Jerry Isaacs. Jerry and Dusty and Cole were battling really hard a couple of laps ago, as it looks like maybe it was Jerry that might have just gotten in the wall there. Maybe it was Dusty. I'm not entirely sure. I just heard some wall contact.
I just missed it myself, but as you see, Cole worked his way up now in the top 10, slightly ahead of these train right now. Looks like 9th through 12th to 13th, really close to each other. Crucial points here for these guys like Cole and Jerry.
So, John, you want to hear something? Fastest car out on track last time by. Don't let the fact that he's running dead last fool you. Fastest car out on track last time by was the 4 machine of Paul Turner.
Very interesting strategy to start from the pit. Maybe there's something about saving the tires for that, but he's worked his way back up to the end of Kelly Elrod and looking poised to start making some positions up through the field.
That was my pre-race pick. So Paul's got to make me look good here as we continue to follow this battle between Dusty Martin, Jerry Isaacs, and Dalton Carter down here on the backstretch. Everybody powers down and gets that long run down the backstretch here. Going on board here, we'll ride on board with Jerry Isaacs on the nose cam, try to see if he's still able to hook that corner like he was able to in qualifying.
sucking up really closely. The problem here too, when the short shoe, as he backs off a little bit, you gain so much speed. It's very easy to over carry speed in the entry, which compromises so much of your exit. With Dalton right behind him, you really have to play offense and defense at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. And riding on board here with Jerry Isaacs, last time by in turns 4, he was about as perfect as you're going to get. Missed the corner there a tiny bit. He was a little bit higher than he probably wanted to be right there. But last time by here, and looks like he's going to have another good turn 2s there. So it looks like his car is still cooperating with him 9 laps in.
And with the tires wearing off, the track's changing with each lap of the rubber's getting put down. So you're always going to be chasing the car, and it really doesn't help being this close behind someone because the air compromises your front end, which really makes the car tight, which is a very killer instinct or very killer car characteristic, and it'll put you out of contention easily.
Speaking of out of contention, Jimmy Meads has had heavy contact with the outside retaining wall here just a moment ago. That car is tore up, but he continues to stay out on track. These guys do have the option of using one fast repair at any point throughout the race. I'm going to think if I'm Jimmy Meads right now, big track, he's not going to go a lap down immediately. Stay out on track, hope for a caution, use that fast repair, try to push yourself back towards the front. But heavy contact and significant damage to that number 49 machine.
I went back and looked at the replay. He just carried a bit too much speed entering turn 3, totally misses mark, and the car just slid right into the wall. Like I said, with the worn tires, it's just going to be very hard to find grip. I agree with you. Come down, fix the car. You're going to lose too much time with that kind of damage, it looks like. That is some brutal right side damage to that 49 Valvoline.
Moving back towards the front of the field, battle between teammates starting to heat up. Tyler Beeman last time by was about a tenth, about 9/10 to a tenth faster, 900ths to a tenth faster than teammate Andrew Kotska last time by. Tyler Beeman now sucks in the draft off that 47 machine, and we're going to follow this battle here for a moment, see if Tyler can't begin to put the heat on the 47 machine, who's led all 11 laps tonight.
You know, they have very close qualifying times. Tyler has always kept Andrew within arm's reach. Looks like Jeff has fallen off a bit, and Sean has continued to slip back through the field. And these two cars have just completely checked out, and Tyler, again, just stalking him right there. And I think that's where the knowledge of the track comes from. You notice he was fast, but he never over pushed the car.
And that's what it really comes down to. Last time by, Andrew was faster than Tyler, but one guy moving forward, starting in the 12th position, he's moved all the way up into the 7th spot, is Bill Jetty in that 28 Havoline machine. Noonan Strong, Texaco, Chevy Impala out here. Bill Jetty, biggest mover out here tonight, up 5 spots from his starting position.
Up 5 spots, and he can easily get in the top 5 here real quick with Sean and Jason in front of him. Amazing to be able to move through the field like that and continue to claw your way up.
Yeah, and speaking of Sean, some damage on that machine as well. So it looks like he may have had some contact with the outside retaining wall as well. So that makes 2 cars that are damaged, and Jimmy Meads on pit road to the attention of his pit crew, like you were saying a minute ago, John.
Yeah, you know, go down there, get your 4 fresh Goodyears, and fix that damage and go back out there and try to lock some laps and really hope for a caution. With these guys still being out here, lap times have slipped tremendously. We're now at like about 55 and a half seconds per lap compared to what the 49 can probably run in the 53s early on.
Yeah, tire fall off is huge here. There is unlimited tire sets, so these guys, if we do get a caution, and I mean these guys are still running relatively close to each other, especially for Indianapolis Motor Speedway, these guys can come down as many times as they would like to the attention of their pit crew, get 4 fresh Goodyears, and try to find their way out of pit road and try to use the good stuff while it's still good.
And I mean, that's what you would love to see in the Bullydog Wednesday night series is close racing all throughout with definitely a difficult track like Indianapolis. I mean, previous races it's very easy to just be by yourself on an island for multiple laps, and to have this close competition for an inexperienced series is amazing to see.
It really is close race, and as John was just saying here, big slide by the 28 machine coming out of turn number 1 that time by. He's going to try to get a little bit lower than the 188 machine, get a big run down the backstretch, and try to start to make a move on Sean Hook. Sean Hook, the winner at Chicagoland Speedway, where and no two questions about it, he put a hurting on him. He led and won that race by over 10 seconds at Chicagoland, and coming out strong and certainly making a name for himself. Currently runs in the 6th position out here tonight.
Yeah, we see Sean Hook right behind Jason. Maybe that's affecting his car pushing. But, for him, definitely come and fix that damage because he looks like he has a fast car to be able to hold on with that kind of right side damage. But it looks like right here, Bill Jett's going to make a move on the inside here in turn 1, and Sean doesn't even put up a fight, just falls in. And that's smart. He's going to protect his tires, letting him go by, you save so much time on the track. And I think that's, as in an experienced series, to see stuff like that, that is a very smart racing move to do.
It really was. We're lap 15 right here. The damage is not helping the case on the 188 machine right now, and you already see the distance that Bill has put over Sean Hook right there. So Bill is going to be on a mission to try to hunt down Jason Dinsmore in that 62 machine. Sliding back a little bit further, big battle back here between Jerry Isaacs, Dalton Carter, and Cole Gray. 2 of the Bullydog Coffee Company cars right here. I know Patrick don't want them to wreck each other.
Man, these guys have not left each other since the start of the green flag. I said, hey, get in line. You have to go through the field. And they just have not listened, battled and battled each lap, it looks like. I mean, they're teammates, racing for one goal, racing for Zach.
That is true. These guys headed down here and really racing for a purpose out here tonight, trying to not only put the title sponsor in victory lane with Bullydog Coffee. Head over to bullydogcoffeecompany.com. Go ahead and check out their selection of coffees, all for a great cause, and also trying to get their cars in victory lane for their teammate as well, Zach Jahalis. And Zach, we miss you, my friend.
Bullydog, amazing coffee company. I've already had 2 bags of it. I've right now had the pick of the litter, the Mexican blend. Beautiful coffee to have. So thank you for sponsoring the league.
On the back of, it's not what I wanted. There we go. On the back of the number 3 machine, headed down to turn number 1. Dalton Carter going to try to take a look. Going to think better of it. Cole Gray looks like his car is a little tight right now. Dalton's able to get a little bit lower in the corners and make that car hook and rotate through the apex of the corner than the 53 machine right now. So would not be surprised to see Dalton come up through there in just a few moments. But for the time being, Cole Gray continues to hold on to the 12th position.
And all these are very crucial points. I mean, from Jerry, Dusty, Colton, Dalton, all these guys, even David Gainworth from 10th to 14th, all these guys are battling for that 6th position. So they're not just looking at 12th position or 11th position on track. They're thinking crucial points with these battles.
Yeah, they really are. And we're following one of the best battles on track. But while we were away, Brian Dorsey has pointed himself into the 3rd spot out here right now. He got around Jeff Dotson. Jeff Dotson continues to have a strong run out here in that 00 machine on the backstretch. Not a scratch on either one of these cars, and I wouldn't expect to see a scratch on either one of these cars. Brian Dorsey, one of the cleanest and smoothest drivers that Cyber has to offer, and already finding his way into victory lane multiple times over the course of the seasons here at Cyber.
I mean, it shows for Brian. He started 7th, worked his way up 4 positions, just passing Jeff here, and working his way up through the field, putting out really good, consistent lap times.
Yeah, I think the tires are going away on that 00 machine. I mean, he ran some solid laps. I don't know if he was pushing it too hard, but it certainly looks like either Brian saved his tires a lot better, or Jeff maybe just pushed those tires a little bit too hard. But regardless, Brian Dorsey walking away from the 00 machine right now.
Yeah, starting to gap him a bit, already putting almost a second up, well, over a second now probably, but still about 6.5 seconds back to our leader. But if I was Brian, like I said, pit early, he already gained 4 positions up. You have good track position. If you really want to get that second win, he's pretty up there in points. Go for it. Pit a little early, try to gain some lap time, and see where that puts you with the leaders afterwards.
On board with the 188 machine, hard contact out of turn number 3. That's gonna add salt to the wound out there for the 188 car. We were live on board with the 188 Sean Hook. He just got up a little high. Looks like he was maybe trying to let Cole Gray go, trying to do a gentlemanly thing there, and maybe got up into no man's land and add some time to that damage that Sean's gonna have on that machine. But I know he's looking for lap 25. He wants to come down here and get that machine fixed ASAP. Big slide now for Sean Hook. He is fighting a beast right now.
And if you could see, you see where like the dark layer of rubber is on the track. That's where you want the car to be. Like, even though this is a sim compared to real life, but just like in real life Indy, when you're outside of that, there is no grip whatsoever. There was a famous Indy crash when the leader wrecked out of turn 4. It was just outside of, just like how he was when Sean hit the wall as he's struggling all throughout the track, letting the 4 go by. But it's for him, pit early. He was doing a good job mitigating the damage, but yeah, now he's coming down pit road.
Yeah, Sean Hook comes down to the attention of his pit crew here, and there's no two questions about it. He's going to use his fast repair for that 188 machine, try to get this thing back in contention. But at this point, John, he's lost a lot of time, not only position-wise, but on track as well. He's going to need a caution to put himself back in the thick of things.
Yeah, unfortunately, he was doing a good job mitigating his damage control, but with that extra hit and pitting now, yes, he's going to need some cautions and a lot of luck to be able to even have a chance to come back for a win.
Well, don't forget, we do have one green-white checkered out here, and we all know how those can go.
True, but this series does not produce many cautions.
It does, yeah, I mean, especially you put these guys out here on a 2.5 mile rectangular sized track out here tonight at the Brickyard, infamous Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Bill Jetty fighting and putting the heat now on Jason Dinsmore. He's been able to catch up to the back of Jason Dinsmore's bumper, as we're going to ride on board here, see if Bill Jetty can't go ahead and try to make a move on Jason, but looks like he gets a little arrow tight there, and he's going to have to try again on another lap.
And I mean, we were on the board for his battle just to pass Sean Hook in the 188 for the 6th position, and it's taken him this long to gain Jason. The tires are worn, and you're just chipping away 10th at a time, as well as Jason is catching up to the 00 of Jeff Dotson. It looks like his tires are probably gone now.
Yeah, Jeff Dotson now fallen back even further. He is now about 2 seconds off the number 9 machine, who passed him a couple of laps ago. As we come around here next time by, we're going to follow the leader so we don't miss it, because I've been known to miss white flag laps and special laps. But coming around here, we were able to speak to Cole Gray about 20 minutes ago before the start of the race, running a very special Noonan Strong paint scheme on those Chavoto Motorsports cars out here tonight. One of their teammates, Zach, had a devastating tornado rip through his community and his house, and there's a GoFundMe link in the chat out there, posted by Crank Bell. But we're gonna come around. I want to see all those hashtag Noonan Strongs out here in the YouTube chat box here. Get some support out there. Head over to that GoFundMe link if you are able to. Donate what you can and support that community as they try to get back on their feet here.
as Andrew crosses over line to finish lap 25. That's kind of like the awesome thing of, especially for Cyber Thunder, right? Is, last week we had the Saturday race for the Stand Up to Cancer with MSR, and that was able to raise a lot of money, and now we're, able to help Newman here with after his devastating tornado, and that's kind of the awesome thing we're able to do as a racing community is help find ways through iRacing to support one another.
Yeah, the racing community gets very small very quickly. That was very loud. The racing community gets very small very quickly in times of need, such as this, and great to see these guys coming together for a really great cause. Um, the leader's headed onto pit road right now, but uh, really special cause, and there's a lot of benefit races out there, and great to see the Cyber Thunder family binding together in times of each other's need.
I'm gonna say I just looked down the chat, and Patrick, the owner of Bullydog Coffee Company, just said for every pound sold using tonight's promo code, Bully Coffee Company, Bullydog Coffee Company will donate $5 to Zach's fund.
Oh,
That's $5 from for every pound.
that's really great, John. Hopefully Patrick can get the promo code posted out there in the chat. I do not have it posted out here tonight. Patrick, if you go ahead and get that posted, I'll go ahead and get that pinned. And head over to bullydogcoffeecompany.com as we are halfway through the race for tonight's race at Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
If you're looking for recommendations, I just had the pick of the litter. Like I said, the Mexican El Triunfo. I don't know Spanish that well.
What?
Sorry, I'm very white. But also a really good one is the Best Friends Blend too.
Some more cars on pit road this time. Looks like the MSR cars decided to pit on lap 25, and now Jason Dinsmore, Eric Moore, and I believe that might be Patrick Stein following them in on pit road as well. All these guys are coming to the attention of their pit crew, so we'll have to see. Andrew Cott's got about a second and a half, maybe a 2-second lead at pit entry last time, so we'll see where he comes out versus Tyler Beeman, who was behind him coming in last time.
I'm very surprised that not a lot of people pit earlier than the leader. We see a few more cars pitting after the leader, but yeah, I'm just kind of shocked by that. I would have tried to change my pit strategy up, but that's something that with experience you start learning how to manage those kind of risks.
John, now we're at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I wanted to catch up with you. We have a special event coming up here in a couple of weeks. On May 16th, we're going to be simulating our own Indy 500. You know more about that than I do. Why don't you go ahead and tell the people that may be interested in running it or joining us out here about the MSR CTRL Indy 500.
Real quick, I'm just going to say Patrick put out the promo code for tonight is short pit. It gets you $5 off every order of 20 and up. Also, like he said, he's going to donate $5 to Zach's fund. So really good night to grab some really good Bullydog Coffee Company coffee. But yeah, so you and I have come together with MSR and Cyber Thunder to do our Indianapolis 500. As I was saying earlier, having a platform like iRacing, you're able to do like these marquee events and on simulation, and why not do one of the greatest spectacles of racing, just like you guys did earlier this season, the Daytona 500. Indianapolis is another one of those marquee events that are just really fun and a challenge to drivers. It's just different than what we see how these ARCA cars are going around. The Indy cars go around a lot faster, and the straightaways are a lot shorter than what they feel in this kind of car.
They really are, and certainly looking forward to that. Anybody who may want to participate in that can go ahead and get signed up with either one of our groups over here. Head to cyberthunderracingleague.com or madsimracing.com. Go ahead and get signed up for one of our programs over here. Love to have you out on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or a Thursday night for our series and get you in that Indy 500, which is coming up on May 15th. And is it the 15th and 16th or 14th, 15th? I don't even know the dates, John.
As you see here in Mad Sim and Cyber Thunder, we're a very well organized group. It is the 15th and 16th. 15th is going to be our qualifying. If you cannot make the qualifying, that's okay. You'll end up starting the back if there's 43 cars. But the 16th is going to be the start of the race. We'll post official times and stuff like that for it. But if it's going to be a fixed setup, and it's open to everyone. If you're interested in something like that, come out and just try it out. It doesn't, we're not charging an entry. It's not gonna, race for a huge prize. We just want it's an opportunity to get people to try different things and challenge yourself outside of your normal. We race the Monday Night Road Challenge Series, Tuesdays the trucks, Wednesdays here in the ARCA, and Thursdays the Cup cars. It kind of gets in a routine. It's nice to have a curveball every once in a while, like an IndyCar.
Well, a curveball, that it's going to be for me. I can hardly make a lap around here in a cup car. Those cars have very, very little room for error. Um, Being open wheel cars, you hit the wall, I think you're going to be done. So I'm going to have to see if I can't talk John into giving us some fast repairs out there like these Bullydog Coffee Company stars, Rising Stars have out here tonight. They have one fast repair to use in the event that you take a look like Sean Hook had major damage before. Now his car is nice and shiny.
Nice and shiny and in fifth place. He might have to pit again with tires. We don't know what the fuel strategy is exactly. And since he's been out there longer, he's only going to unfortunately fall backwards. But, say if caution comes out, now everyone's going to go back down pit road and, moving up to fourth, he'll be in prime position to get a solid finish again. Like we said, just get a little bit of luck.
Yeah, he really will. The bad news is, John, is that I'm looking at the scoring charts over here. So Sean Hook last pitted uh, on lap 21. He's got about 5 laps more on his tires than the guys in front of him, and he's running about 6 to 7 tenths off of the leaders and about 2 or 3 tenths off of the guys that are behind him trying to chase him down. So Sean Hook is going to be in some trouble here if this does stay green, unless those guys behind them start to stabilize on their tires.
Yeah, Jeff in the 00 right behind him, slowly or quickly, I should say, catching the gap now under a second. It's just one of those things where, like I said, he's just gonna have to be out there, stick it out. Hopefully stay off the wall, run a good line, and you know manage. Or if you get a caution, you're hitting in fourth, fifth place. That's a really good recovery from heavy damage earlier.
Clean and green the entire race so far out here. 30 laps in the book, 19 laps to go for the 50-lap scheduled event here tonight from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Jeff Dotson continues to try to run down Sean Hook. Brian Dorsey still sitting in third, Tyler Beeman in second, and Andrew Kotska has a commanding lead with a 7.5-second lead over Tyler Beeman.
Yeah, it looks like Andrew was able to play the pit strategy out right before pits. It looks at, or Tyler was just about a second behind, but something must have happened on Tyler, maybe overshot pit box or something, but falling back a bit. Looks like we have a really close battle here for sixth place between Bill Jetty and Jason Dismore.
Not sure you're live there, my friend.
Nope, I am not. I am sorry. I was trying to look back. It was close, but Bill Jetty up here in sixth place, working all 6 places up from his 12th starting position.
I've done that once or twice. It's all right.
It's my first time. Please forgive me.
Bill Jetty comes around here into turn number 3 with about a 1.5-second lead over Jason Dinsmore right now for that 6th spot, and he's trying to run down Jeff Dotson, excuse me. Last time by, he was quite a bit faster than the 00 machine of Jeff Dotson, and we'll see if he can't continue to close that gap here at the start-finish line.
Looking at Bill Jetty's lap time, he's running a lot faster than even the leader is right now. And it only makes you wonder, man, if he would have started a little bit better, how much different race we would have. But it looks like a great recovery from a bad qualifying. And probably going to get a top 5 out of this if he passes Sean with his older tires and if he's catching Jeff Dotson over consistently.
He's catching him in a hurry, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to slide back a little bit. One guy that we haven't said too much about on the broadcast out here tonight is David Gainforth. We'll go ahead and do a driver spotlight on Dave. Dave has been around Cyber for a long time, and I believe he's still looking for his first win. Doesn't look like tonight's going to be the night for that 101 machine, but Dave having really a breakout season. Tonight doesn't show that, but Dave having a breakout season here in the Bullydog Coffee Company Rising Stars Series. Currently up in the top 6 in the points. A couple of podium finishes through the first 6 races of the season. Um, really good run on the season for Dave Gainforth, and love seeing him get up front when he's able to in that Crown Royal Ford Fusion out of turn number 4, as he's going to give us 15 laps to go.
Yeah, and that's the thing about a long season is you're going to have these ups and downs as how you are going to rebound, right, in the points. These championship level drivers, the guys we see in the top 2 or 3, these are the guys that can, if they have a bad run, can rebound quickly. For David, next week's going to be key at North Wilkesboro to how he's going to recover, because unless there's a caution, you can pull some strategy. There's not too many positions he's going to be able to gain, which is going to hurt his points as he's sitting right now 7th, tied for 7th with Cole. But with Cole being 5 positions up, he's going to lose precious points to these guys.
Yeah, he is. So Dave Gainforth continuing to have a good season out here, and certainly one of the championship hopefuls for the end of the season here. But tonight is going to hurt him in the points. Um, but still a long way to go here. 15 laps to go. I mean, we get a caution here. Somebody stays out. Somebody takes 2 tires. We get another caution. I mean, this race is far from over. Andrews Kotz has still got about a 7-second lead over second place Tyler Beeman, but this race is far from over.
No, and all it takes is one caution to flip this race on his head. With Indy, we've seen Sean Hook, who's usually a fast guy, hit the wall. It can happen to one of these front-running guys as well. It's a very sensitive line, and you have to always respect each corner. You get overzealous on one of them, hit the wall, you're going to lose massive amounts of time.
Speaking of hitting the wall, Sean Hook just had more contact with the outside wall there out of turn number 4 that last time by, as we are now within 15 laps to go. Going to ride on board here with the 00 machine, see if he can't take advantage of that damage now in the 188 machine, try to find his way forward. Big power run down here on the bottom slide for the 188 machine. See where Jeff Dotson goes here down on the inside.
Very big slide exited too. As we see the damage, it's not looking good for him. He lets Jeff Dotson at 00 go right by. So Sean drops now down to 6th place as Bill Jett has gone around both of these cars in 4th. When did we miss that? That's a big move by Bill Jett. But with the damage like that, Sean now just on damage control once again. Hopefully caution comes out so he can repair the car, but using his one fast repair already and already pitting, you're now going to have to go out there and stick it out and hopefully, or just hope for the best, and you can still scrap for a top 10.
Yeah, and Sean, don't forget, was the first car on pit road aside from Alan Ayers. I believe he was the second car if you want to count Alan as well. And so Sean out there on considerably older tires than these guys. He's still got about 5 laps off of those tires versus Jeff Dotson, Brian Dorsey, Tyler Beeman, and crew.
Even though Jeff has gone past him, he hasn't really left him as much as I thought. Sean's doing a really good job holding in there, but Jason is closing very quickly on both of these guys.
Yeah, Jason is closing here. We're going to follow this battle. Ooh.
Oh.
Close quarters on the front stretch there. Not entirely sure what was going on there. Looks like Alan Ayers was trying to get out of the way and hit the inside wall as well. Now Eric Moore takes a peek on the inside. Contact between the 5 and the 94 in the short chute.
Yeah, it's the problem about Indianapolis is there's really nowhere to hide, especially if you're on the front stretch. There's an inside wall to that, and that's, when a car hits a wall and it ricochets right off, yeah, it's going to be everywhere, and your car is going to be very upset, unfortunately, that happened to Alan there.
Yeah, and you can see heavy damage on the right front of that 5 machine right now, as unfortunately wrong place, wrong time for Eric Moore. That's going to make that car very, very, very tight for him. And Eric only about a 2-second lead over Dusty Martin right here, so he may be in danger of losing a couple of spots now.
That's, I mean, big struggles for our point leader. That's going to help Bill Jetty out a lot too, as he's in the top 5, and Eric is only going to fall back. Hopefully, he didn't use his fast repair. I don't think he did. He didn't look like he had a lot of damage, but that's very unfortunate break. Wrong place, wrong time.
Fastest car on the track last time by 28 machine, Bill Jetty. 2/10 faster than the current race leader. Problem is, he's 20 seconds back.
Man, if there's a caution, I might switch my pick from Tyler
You
to Bill
can't,
Jetty.
you
I
can't do
can't.
that.
I can't. Who says?
Come on, Sterling. You can't do that.
I'll go out there.
Bill Jetty, starting 12th on the grid out here tonight, has moved up 8 positions into the 4th spot right now, running with 10 laps to go here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. First Chavoto Motorsports, strong run for Bill Jetty, trying to find his way into a podium finish. He's got a ways to go to get there, but regardless of how this turns out for the 28 machine tonight, nothing to hang their head on. Very strong run, moving up from the 12th position under green flag conditions.
A Newman strong run for the 28 car. But, sorry, that was a bad pun. Great run, though. This is what you need for second place in points. Chip away to the points leader with Eric having struggles. Still sitting there in 8th place. So, yeah, Bill Jet, hopefully, caution comes out. He's going to be a really tough car to hold off.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Bill has the early read. Let's try that again. I'm not sure that Bill has the early run speed that Andrew and Tyler do. I think Bill is very much one of those guys who's very conservative on his tires, and it pays off over the course of a long run, as we're now 15 laps into his run on tires, and he continues to be the fastest car out on track. At the beginning of the run, Andrew Kotska, Tyler Beeman were about 2/10 faster than him. But as that run winds down, Bill Jetty has flipped that switch, and he's gained. He's up 4/10 on the leader almost every lap for the past 3 or 4 laps that I've been taking a look.
And that's what Indy rewards, is that patience, the calmness, and he's going through running a very consistent line, always keeping the right side of his tire or left side of his tires near the white line, which is what you need to get around this joint.
Eric Moore, Sean Hook battling once again for a position. That's your points leader coming into tonight's event. Eric Moore, contact a couple of laps ago with Alan Ayers. Looks like Eric and Sean going to be battling. That's going to put Eric up to the 7th position, so he's able to put some speed on that machine and slide him back. Paul Turner has been through it by the looks of it. I don't know what happened to the fastest chicken in the South.
It's not been his racing 2 laps down right now. Quick question though for you, Tom.
Oh boy.
Do you know how much you guys have to? You guys have a little thing with Bullydog over green flag laps, correct?
Of course we do. So Cyber Thunder has pledged 10 cents for every green flag lap that these guys complete out here tonight. So right now we're 43 laps in, so we're $4.30 up. If we go another 7 laps, we'll be $5 up tonight. I believe we're probably somewhere in the range of I don't know, maybe $30 or so, and we still have about 6 or 7 races remaining here in the Bullydog Coffee Company Rising Stars Series. But Cyber Thunder has done a 10-cent pledge. Every green flag lap that these guys do complete, we're going to be donating 10 cents to a pit rescue at the end of the season. And really great run with these guys. They're costing us some money, but it's for a great cause.
Heck, that just shows the great skill level of the Bullydog Wednesday night drivers to be able to run this many green flag laps.
It really does, especially over the season. You take a look at like the Daytona race where everybody was, an inch off of each other's bumper for I think they went around that speedway for 50 laps, and Dover, I think they ran caution free, and Iowa had a few cautions, but tonight clean and green silk over the speedway the entire way. As next time by, Andrew Koska is going to have 5 laps to go.
Yeah, Andrew Koska is just sailing away with a 7.5 second lead. Looking through the field, there's not much chance for him to lose that position unless something happens. Going back though, there's a very tight battle between Cole, Patrick, and Jerry here for 10th position.
Big battle on the speedway right here. Thanks to John Diekman helping us find it. Jerry Isaacs in the
Jerry
wall
goes
as
high.
well. Patrick Stein, Cole Gray coming through turns 1 and 2. Cole's going to try to get that big power run on the bottom here, try to pull that slipstream, see, I can use that word, off of turn number 2, try to pull Patrick Stein down the backstretch here.
And that's very key with Cole Gray being outside the cut line of Jerry just by 2 points. You know, if Cole can pass Patrick here, that's another great position to leapfrog into the point standings. As it looks like there's pretty big damage on the 51 when we came outside that turn 1 wall.
Yeah, I'm following the battle between the 3 and the 89 right here, John, and it looks like Cole can maybe get through the center of the corner a little bit better. But for whatever reason, Patrick is getting a big run off of the corner. So I'm not sure if Cole is getting on the gas too soon, or if Patrick is just getting that car to rotate at the apex and getting the big run off the corner. But regardless, there's about a 20 car length difference between the 89 and the 3 machine right now. That battle seems to be simmering out here.
It looks like Patrick's able to get his car a lot lower. His car's rotating pretty well. Cole maybe used the stuff up to catch these guys, and it's starting to show as his line is a little bit higher than Patrick's. As I say that, Patrick just ran wide there in 3, but yeah, it looks like Cole may have used up some of his stuff.
Sean Hook in the outside retaining wall for out of turn number 4. Dusty Martin now sets his sights on Sean Hook in the 8th position here. Dusty Martin, last time by, was about a half a second faster than Sean Hook. So we'll follow this battle here real quick, see if we can't find this battle as it heats up here, as Andrew Koski's going to have about 3 laps to go. Sean Hook is just having the trouble with this machine out here tonight.
Tonight, Chicago was his race. This will be the opposite of Chicago for Sean. Great run by Dusty, though. Now in 8th place, starting 11th. You know, chipped away up. Looks like he's starting to get a hang of iRacing a bit. Car looks very clean. That Bullydog Chevy looks pretty good.
That it does. And Dusty running those Bullydog Coffee Company colors all season long, running very strong out here tonight at Indianapolis, currently running in 9th position. Don't think he's going to have time to get to Eric Moore, although Eric does have a little bit of damage on that right front when he had contact with Alan Ayers maybe 10-15 laps ago. So that may help him, but I don't think he's going to get to the back of the 5 car.
With 3 laps to go, he's going to need to pull out some impressive laps with these worn tires. It'll be a very tough task to catch the 5 car. Eric, even though with the damage, running really consistent. He moved up 1 position after hitting the wall like that. So, you know, here up in 7th, really not, you know, losing that many points to Bill Jetty.
Yeah, really managing the points out here tonight. And speaking of points, Andrew Kotzka is going to come away with the most laps led, and in another lap, we're going to see if he comes away with the 3 bonus points for winning the race as well. This would be his 2nd consecutive win on the 47 machine for the Cyber Thunder Bullydog Coffee Company Rising Stars Series. We'll follow Andrew Kotzka around here as he tries to go 2 in a row.
You know, he came out at Iowa, didn't have the fastest car, but he was there at the end to get the win. Tonight, was he fastest in practice, fastest in qualifying, fastest? Does he have the fastest lap of the race? I believe so.
He does with a 53.72.
Fastest lap of the race, led almost every lap besides the pit cycle, and a dominating win over his teammate Tyler. Yeah, I think Andrew put out a very good win here as he's coming around to turn number 2.
Out of turn number 2 for the final time for the 47 machine out here tonight. Big slide. Andrew, you got a 6-second lead. Back it down, my friend. Just go ahead and coast that thing over to victory lane. Really dominating performance out here by the 47 car. Really good to see, and it looks like we're going to have our first repeat winner out here on the season out here tonight. But, John, bring us out of turn number 4 to the checkers.
7 races in to have your first time winner with Andrew going back to back. He's exiting turn 4, not even questioning how much he's running, wiggling down the front stretch as he celebrates winning at Indianapolis over the yard of bricks.
Andrew Kotzka dominating performance over here in Indianapolis out here tonight. We're going to follow some of the closer battles on track coming to the checkered flag between Jeff Dotson and Jason Dinsmore. Out of turn number 4, going to be about a 2-car length battle right there. Jason Dinsmore is going to win that battle out of turn number 4 and come home in 5th. And Cole Gray and Jerry Isaacs going to be coming home right behind them as well. But we're going to step away for about 2 or 3 minutes. We're going to grab your top 3 podium finishers, and we'll be back for the Cyber Thunder post-race show in a few moments.
We are joined by our third place finisher, Brian Dorsey, in the number 9. Congratulations on getting a third place. How was your race?
Oh, it was fun, man. I mean, I'm a bad qualifier, so I had to start mid pack and race my way up there. I would have liked to race with Tyler and Andrew there, but they got away before I got to third. So I was just cruising, trying to keep my third place, keep it out of the wall, and not mess up.
Your support education forward was really fast. It looks like you had a really good, consistent car all throughout. What kind of strategy were you hoping to imply throughout the race as you were going through the field?
Well, just saving my tires. I wasn't when I don't know where I started, 7th, 8th. I was going to take my time, pass when I could, race when I could, or just follow a line and ride when I could, save tires, and then do that pit stop on 25. I didn't know if those guys were going to do it or not, but they did the same thing I did.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of you guys had a pit around that time. Was that the fuel limit for you guys, or did you think that was the earliest you could pit?
No, I think you could pit as early as lap 15 and go to about lap third, a little over 30, but 25 puts you about halfway.
I got you. Well, congratulations on the third place finish. Is there anyone you would like to thank, or just you have your moment there to say anything you would like?
Like always, man, I appreciate the guys put this league on, race with the guys, a bunch of good guys. Thinking of our fellow racer, Zach, and he's going through a hard time, so thoughts and prayers with you.
Awesome. Great race there, Brian. Awesome third place finish. Best of luck next to you at North Wilkesboro.
Thank you, man.
All right, and we're going to kick Brian out of here, let him go celebrate with his team on a second place finisher out here tonight, coming home with another podium finish. Excellent run by the 9 machine of Brian Dorsey. But I've made my way down here while John was talking to our third place finisher. I've made my way down here to the number 91 machine pit box out here. Tyler Beeman, it's Tom and not Crank, John out here tonight. You got a copy?
I got you.
All right, man. Well, we got to stop meeting like this. How many times have we met for a second place interview?
This is start number 4 in the Rising Stars series, and I think it's my 4th top 3.
Well, you're certainly a force to be reckoned with out here, and you were running down Andrew there at the end. I don't know if he was full power those last couple laps. He had a very strong car out here tonight. What would it have taken for you to compete with the 47s to go to victory lane tonight?
I was with him before the pit stop, and I kind of lost him at that point, so it definitely would have taken a mistake or overdoing his tires. With it being a full green race, which we kind of expected with this series and this kind of track, It really was about nonstop execution, much like a road race where there are no cautions. It's every successful execution of the pit stop, every corner, saving tires, all of that came into play, and Andrew just killed it out there today.
Yeah, absolutely, and certainly a great run out here tonight. And the tire execution that we were just talking to Brian about, he said that he probably could have pitted as early as lap 15. Did you have any consideration of maybe trying to short pit, which, by the way, is tonight's promo code at bullydogcoffeecompany.com for $5 off an order of $20 or more? Do you have any consideration of maybe trying to short pit him and maybe try to make him work and use his stuff up to get around you?
I didn't. We kind of worked on the same strategy. We actually discussed both pitting a little earlier than we actually did, and then ultimately, I think a car had better tires and was coming up to pass Andrew, and he decided to pit kind of last minute, and I just decided to go with him. And we knew what we wanted at least was a 1-2, and that's what we got.
All right, Tyler. Well, next week we're looking at North Wilkesboro. Very, very different style of racing from Indianapolis. Are you going to bring the 9-1 machine out to North Wilkesboro?
I would like to. I believe I will. That's my home track. I grew up in Wilkesboro, North Wilkesboro. So my goal is to get out there. So we'll have to see.
All right. Well, maybe next week we'll get to talk to you in Victory Lane. But Tyler, you know the drill by now. We're going to go ahead and open up the floor for you and your entire crew. Anybody you want to thank, say hello to, acknowledge any sponsors, family, friends, allowing you to finish second out here tonight at the Cyber Thunder Racing League.
Well, of course, the Bullydog Coffee Company, because Andrew's now going to be well supplied, even better supplied on coffee with his second consecutive win. Everyone check out intotheapex.com, or we're carrying the Into the Apex podcast. Full sponsorship out here. Good to get a 1-2 finish for the podcast. All of Mad Sim Racing and Andrew Kotska, who's came with us for the Daytona 24 and stuck with us and came over to Cyber Thunder. And what a strong oval driver he's turned out to be for our program. Good stuff.
First repeat winner of the season, and a little off topic here, Tyler, but I was on intotheapex.com the other day, and I saw you have me listed as an upcoming guest. When were you going to tell me about that?
Well, I mentioned it to you, I believe it was a month ago. We are a little late, and I mentioned it to you, and you said, yeah, sure. We just haven't booked it yet. So how about live on the air? Let's book it.
Let's do it right now. All right. Well, Tyler Beeman coming home second place out here tonight for Into the Apex Mad Sim Racing. Blue and yellow cheap cars out here tonight. Congratulations, Tyler, on another great podium finish.
Thank you.
All right, kick Tyler Beeman out of here, and John's going to catch up with his teammate and his driver, Andrew Kotska.
Andrew, it's John. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, John.
What a dominating performance by the 47 Into the Apex Chevy. Tell me, where did you find this extra tenth compared to everybody else?
I don't know. I mean, I was coming out of those corners like almost sideways, and I think that's where the speed was coming from out of this car. Like, I was just battling out of every corner, and it was a fun drive out there. And yeah, it was great.
Man, your car looked great. How with the series being green flag, how were you worried at all for maybe a caution coming out, or did you feel once you kind of got that clean air, you were setting sail from there on out?
Oh yeah, the entire time I was worried there was going to be a caution coming out. We were talking over the radio, trying to plan out our pit strategy, and I just kept thinking, I'm like, whenever we pit, there's going to be a caution. But luckily, it ended up being a green flag race, and we're able to stay out front and take a 1-2 here for MSR.
With the pit cycle, are you surprised no one tried to short pit you?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I thought for sure that somebody might have tried to go in a few laps earlier. Like in my mind, I was kind of thinking of pitting around halfway, and I thought somebody for sure would have tried to do that and try to pull some kind of strategy, maybe 2 tires or something. But it didn't happen, and I was able to pull off the win there.
It was a great performance. I mean, you had fastest lap in practice, qualifying the race, and you led darn near every lap. So awesome finish. You know the drill from last week. Your moment to thank any sponsors, friends, family.
Yeah, thanks, John. Yeah, I'd like to first of all thank Bullydog for putting on this league. I mean, a great sponsor to have here. I'm going to be so stocked up on coffee and probably have a huge coffee high going, but it'll be great. And also, Into the Apex, check out our podcast, new podcast weekly. Here we have some good guests coming in soon, so check that out. And thank all friends, family, and the rest of the team at MSR. It's been fun so far this year.
Well, I won't speak on behalf of all MSR, but it's been an awesome addition for you. I know Tyler also has some great praise, high praise of you since you've been joining the team. It's awesome to see you get the first back-to-back winner of the Bully Dog Rising Star Series. Celebrate your win, man. You deserve it.
Yeah, thanks, John. Thanks, Tom. Great race.
You're very welcome. And I got a message out here tonight for you, Andrew. As the first repeat winner out here tonight, Patrick still needs your mail and address. So make sure you get with Patrick. He'll get you all hyped up, and they fuel winners. So looking forward to seeing what you can do next week at North Wilkesboro as well.
Absolutely. Thanks, Tom.
All right, we're gonna kick Andrew out of here. Let him go celebrate with the rest of his crew down there in that 47 pit box. But John, that was a that race went by in a flurry. Um,
You know, Hopefully I did Crank well to substitute in for him, but man,
wait, you're
these
not Crank?
drivers. I do have a beard. Does that count?
Crank Bell not able to join us out here tonight, unfortunately, but we hope to have Crank back soon. But John, this was an absolute pleasure. We're going to go ahead and run down your finishing results out here tonight from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Top three: Andrew Kotska, Tyler Beam, and Brian Dorsey. All the podium finishers that we just spoke to.
Bill Jetty rounding in fourth, and Jason Dinsmore rounding out the top five in the 62.
Jeff Dotson, Eric Moore, Dusty Martin. Dusty Martin had a strong showing out here tonight. Quiet night. Quiet nights are good sometimes. Dusty Martin coming home in the eighth position. Patrick Stein, another one of the Mad Sim guys, coming home in the ninth position. And Sean Hook. Sean Hook had a night that I'm sure he would like to forget. Sean Hook comes home in 10th place.
We see Cole Gray here in the three car finishing 11th. He kind of had high expectations coming in. Unfortunately, didn't deliver, but overall, a decent points night, finishing ahead of his competitors like Jerry Isaac in the 51, finishing 12th. 13th position is Dalton Carter in the 53. David, and he was the last car on the lead lap. David Gainsworth and in 14th, and Anthony Hanna being one lap down each in 14th and 15th.
Rounding out the field of 20 out here tonight, Alan Ayers coming home in the 94 machine in the 64. And in the 16th spot. Jimmy Meads was on pit road early with some right front damage. Paul Turner looks like that chicken had been through the mill. And Kelly Elrod rounding out the field out here tonight. Last car running at Indianapolis Motor Speedway out here tonight. But John, this was an absolute pleasure. We had 50 green flag laps. What'd you take away from this race?
I took away that these drivers are able to adapt to any track. We've seen them race tied at Iowa. We've seen them race tied at Chicagoland, Daytona Auto Club here at Indy. I'm looking forward to see what they're going to do at North Wilkesboro. It's a very difficult track there, short track, flat. But you know what? I have confidence that these guys might be able to go green there too. It'll be amazing to see that.
Well, we'll have to all find out next week as we're live next week on the Cyber Thunder Broadcast Network next Wednesday night live from North Wilkesboro Speedway. That's going to do it out here tonight. John, it was a pleasure. Please send me a message next time you want to join us. I would love to have you out here anytime you would like. It was a pleasure doing this out here tonight with you. 50 green flag laps, great racing, great cause. And once again, head over to bullydogcoffeecompany.com. Use promo code SHORTPIT. It's all one word, Short Pit, for $5 off an order of $20 or more. John, thank you once again for doing this, my friend, and we will catch everybody next week live from North Wilkesboro.
Thank you very much for having me.